What is up? What is up, everybody? It is Monday night, which means it's time for the Toypixx Monday night live stream. The live stream where we generally discuss all the photogenic figures that went up in the past week for pre-order that are going to look phenomenal under your lights and in front of your lenses. But tonight, we're going to be talking WonderCon and Toylanta and a whole lot of the stuff that we saw from those shows this weekend. And we'll probably pepper in some of those figures up in the past week. So, we can stay sort of on theme. So, everybody that's catching this on the replay, let me know in the comments, what is it you're most excited for when it came to Toylanta and WonderCon? I'm thinking the Tick, which is insane, but Spoon, I guess. Now, before we really get cracking, I do want to show a couple things. One thing I've been talking about quite a bit, but tonight's the deadline. So if you have not signed up yet or sent in an image for spring, for March's Patreon photo contest, do it by 11:59. Yeah, 11:59 tonight, Pacific Standard Time. Make it happen. We need plenty so people can do some voting, figure out what's the best out there. Yeah, at least as far as the patrons are concerned. And if you're not yet a patron in the Grande tier, that's what you have to do to be part of this contest. So sign up for that. Take a picture. If you think you've got something already, fire it my way. You'll see the link to all the details and all the rules in the video description below. Now, next up, and this is something I'm very excited about and something that the Patreon people, the paying patrons, will see firsthand tomorrow before I release this on Wednesday. And you guys will see it on Tuesday, not even as an April Fool's, but I've got to go through, make sure all the links work. I still have to write like a page and a half, things like that. But this thing will be ready to go tomorrow. So it is 100 backgrounds for action figure photography. Once that's up, anyone is welcome to go in and download it beginning Wednesday. I'll start promoting the crap out of it all across all kinds of channels on Wednesday as well. So if you miss it, it pretty much just means that either I stink at marketing or you just weren't online because you had better things to do. That's silly. No, that's not silly at all. These 100 backgrounds are things that anybody that's been a patron for a long time has already seen, but most people probably don't see all this stuff every single day. And it'll be good for getting Toypixx out there, showing people what's up, what's going on, what I'm all about with this here thing. And yeah, pretty excited about it. It's not going to cost anything. It's another freebie. That's why you'll be able to go to Patreon and just grab it whenever you want. Well, that's my excitement. Now, let's see what's going on with the chat. Great googly moogly, Sci-Fi George, starting us up. Thanks again, man. Greetings and toytations, everyone. Jada Toys must have heard me talk about Calvin and Hobbes and said, "We'll raise you with Rankin Bass." That TV packaging from Frosty the Snowman is perfect. For Frosty the Snowman is perfect. It's amazing. And again, this is just another one. This is just another one that gets added to the Jada army. I mean, that's an incredible looking figure. I'm pretty excited about it. Oh, excuse me while I clear my throat. Now I want to see the rest of their library. Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Jack Frost. Santa Claus is coming to town. Mad Monster Party. Here comes Peter Cottontail. Nestor the Long-Eared. Nestor the Long-Eared. I'm going to go with Donkey? Wait, maybe it'll rhyme with Nestor. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know this one. Donkey. Yes, go me. Rudolph, Shiny New Year. 'Twas the night before Christmas. The Hobbit, the life and time of Santa Claus, The Adventures of Pinocchio. I want it all, by the way. I also own all of their stuff on DVD. Sci-Fi, that's awesome, man. Now, I know I heard June talking to one of the guys. I watched a couple interviews with June over the weekend, just listening to what he had to say, because when that man speaks, I want to know. And it sounds like what they're doing is they're testing the waters. And Mr. Matson pointed this out to me as well on X. It sounds like they're testing the waters with Rankin Bass, with Frosty, to see how well he does. And if he does super well, then they're ready to go for the next whatever. It also sounds like everybody loves the cereal mascots, and has no problem with continuing those. So I'm pretty excited about what Jada's got going on. He even okay, here's before we get too crazy, and you guys can tell me what you thought if you saw this interview. He basically said, without saying, that there will in fact be invincible action figures. He just kept saying, I don't know, you'll have to wait till Comic-Con in July. So we shall see. I am very stoked. I haven't even seen Invincible, but Jada's got me, folks. What's going on, Anton? Good to see you. The last of the Time Lords is indeed here. Sci-Fi, they just did Frosty right from the look to the accessories. I don't know whether to call him Ultimate Frosty or Maximum Frosty. April 6th, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will end Beathir's pre-order campaign. I know. I haven't backed it. We'll see. It's making me hurt. The brain hurts. But God, it's a beautiful dragon. Let's see. Hail Gallifreyan? Huh? Is that I can't remember. Is that the new guy? The new one if they get to 4,000? As of this morning, Beathir only needs 81 more sales to reach 2,500 and unlock Sir Benegar's upgrade kit. Now, back to you, Dave, and our esteemed chat. These, ladies and gentlemen, are indeed esteemed. And remember, I saw Jeremy not this past weekend, but the weekend before, the marketing guy for Four Horsemen. He's expecting this to be a pretty killer week. So it would not surprise me at all if Beathir hits that 4,000 number. So my P.S. Gallifrey is the home world of the Time Lords and Doctor Who, Dave. The more you know. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Sci-Fi. I was reading that like, what? I don't know what's happening right now, as I often do. John, what's up, man? Good to see you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. What's going on, Star? Woo, boy. All right, what do we got? Star, a Toy Kind of Mood interviewed June and asked what he'd pick for an anime he'd like to do. He said Akira. Not sure if that really means anything. I still fell out of my chair upon hearing it. Akira is the one anime. I was talking to a friend of mine way back when, and we've talked about this before, but he said Akira is not only a great anime, he said it's like a top 10 movie, period. So I don't know, but you guys were saying you weren't so sure. Some of the people in the chat were saying they weren't so sure. So it would be interesting to see what Akira was, what was going on with that, Star, hey Anton, how are things in the land of the Time Lords? These are all things we must know. We must understand. Spaded one. I'm the big. My boy ain't right. I likes it. Anton, the Tick is one of my favorite characters. Yeah, the Tick's the man, or whatever he is. He's that thing. Star, can we all just please take a moment to appreciate the creativity and sheer love that Jada shows with her packaging? Cereal boxes, microchips, arcade cabinets, TVs, foggy windows, loving it. Star, I don't appreciate packaging like I should, I think. Like most of it is kind of just meh. And I'm a graphic designer and I look at them and I kind of think meh. But the way that Jada puts their stuff together, it's amazing. Like they do go out of their way to make sure that the presentation is very cool. Anton, really wonderful time at my party. Yes, and at plenty of money for, as you call them, minis for Mrs. Stanley, and plenty of movie passes. Nice, Anton. So you got plenty of stuff. Great, man. And I love that it was a good party. Honestly, saddened to hear June say Maine and Rebecca won't happen till next year. I know, I know. Now I didn't. I must have missed that interview. But yeah, Maine and Rebecca not till next year. But if they come out with the quality that David and Lucy came out with, I think we're going to be okay. I mean, I know it sucks. You want them faster, but it's obviously a trickle down company. Oh, excuse me. Jada is quickly becoming a central point in my life. I feel like a kid again, hanging with my buddies. Jada rocks. Man, you're not wrong, Star. You're not wrong. And consistently, I will go on and I will see these cons, and Jada's the ones that are making all kinds of moves. Their stuff's just awesome. I have a few MoffX pre-orders coming up, but after that's all I'm really excited about at the moment is Jada stuff. I know, Spaded One. It's crazy, right? Like you and I clearly have sophisticated taste, which makes Jada even more impressive because they're scratching that sophisticated taste itch at 30 bucks a pop and 25 bucks a pop. June did bring up the fact that because of the price increases and tariffs and everything, chances are things are going to go up by, it looks like, about $5. He said the Mega Man figures are going to be 30, or I'm sorry, 25 for like the basic Mega Mans, it sounded like, that we got for 20 last year. And then the more deluxe ones will be 30. That would probably explain why Scooby and Shaggy, the Mummy, the Creep, that line is going to be 30 bucks. I think you're going to look at more. I think you're going to look at $30 figures from Jada for the most part when it comes to a lot of the stuff after this initial wave here of Sagat and Blanca being 30. I think next you'll see some of the smaller characters being 30 as well. But do they even have smaller characters left beyond Vega? I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, I'm good with that because they're killing it and they're making absolutely incredible stuff. So I'm not upset about that at all. I know a lot of people will probably freak out about the 30, but I'll survive. Hoping Jada lands Rampage, Dragon's Lair, or Deus Ex. Let's see. Human Revolution / Mankind Divided. It burns. It burns. I don't know. I don't know what those are. Deus Ex, Human Evolution, or Human Revolution. I know what Rampage is, and I know what Dragon's Lair is. I was thinking Deus Ex Machina was coming up, but no dice. Anton, you have to watch Invincible or at least read the comics after you finish crying and saying, "Curse that time, lords." Maybe I have to. I do need to. I need to take some time to get more into the nerd sphere, I think. Star Spaded One. What? I heard him say that Maine and Rebecca are already well into tooling. What did you hear? Well, if they're well into tooling, let's see. So that means they're not done. If they're being tooled, they're going to need some of the back and forth to make sure the tooling is just right, to make sure the tolerances are right. I would assume if June said next year, my assumption would be early to first or second quarter next year. Let's see. Thank you. Sorry for George the People's Gallifrey. Salute you. that's all good. I must learn words, obviously. John, Akira is groundbreaking, especially for anime in America, but I wouldn't rate it that good. Okay. All right. Must know more. I like the bike. That's about all I know. June via Toy Migos YouTube. Going into tooling now, so I should be shipping at the end of the year. Okay. Okay, so shipping out to customers or shipping in from China? Uncarded reviews. Thanks for stopping by, man. The Shadow knows. Oh, great. Googly moogly. The Shadow knows many things. Spoon. That's all I got. I'm going to just throw random spoons in here from time to time. All the way home from work yesterday or today, I was flirting with the idea of dropping 30 DLX Transformers in order to free up funds for future Jada releases, as well as the mortgage and utility bills. Well, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, okay, number one is probably Jada. Number two is 30. Three's mortgage. It would be nice to have a place for your 30 and your Jadas to live. Utility, I wouldn't worry so much about, Star. I think you're good without that. You're all right. You don't need that. Spaded Wine, Deus Ex is more cyberpunk, more Matrix aesthetic. Ooh. All right. That's what I mean about Jada though. Like I love cyberpunk edge runners, but I don't know anything beyond that as far as cyberpunk. If they just get the license until they prove that they're not worth it for me, then I'm just gonna pick stuff up. Like their stuff is so good that that's what it's gonna take me picking up like one or two really disappointing ones for me to say, okay, guys, I'm pumping the brakes on the Jada train. But they haven't done it yet. Cyberpunk video games from several years ago. Ah, okay, Star. Spade went, arg, that one hurt. It leaves marks. It does. Me too, bro. Me too. Okay, let's get out of here and let's jump in. I want to do a little bit of WonderCon coverage here, and to do so, we are thanking our friends at Toy Ark. And by our friends, I mean the website because I don't know anybody from Toy Ark. Now, oh, look at this. Okay, ladies and gents, who's into the Star Trek figures from Nacelle? Because I did not notice anything here. Wave 2 exclusive reveal. And I don't know if this was shown off at WonderCon or Toylanta, but here's what we've got. Here's our list. Captain Kirk from Star Trek Generations, Captain Janeway from Voyager, Year of Hell. Here's Worf from Generations, the sailor uniform. And already I don't know much of what I'm talking about. Let's see. I know Worf, I know Janeway, I know Kirk, I know Geordi, I know what Romulans look like, and then I'm out. But let's take a look here real quick. Is it me or does every line have horses now? Oh, that's kind of cool. We've obviously got the Shat. Huh. All right, so who's into this? Who's into some nacelle Star Trek? Oh, and there's what you're going to get with Shatner. Now, I'm not a big Star Trek guy, obviously. I don't see extra hands, I don't see an extra head. So this probably wouldn't be something as far as photos are concerned, although that head sculpt itself looks pretty good. And I don't know, I think the nacelle figures seem to have like a waist cut instead of a ball joint or a ball peg waist. Paul, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Oh, I hope that they do Rudolph really well. And when they do, they must include the star and the snowflake on his hoof because that would be an awesome detail. I wonder what their next one would be after Frosty. Jada's bringing back such awesome memories of growing up in the glow of the video game arcade back in the 80s. Oh, arcades. Has anybody seen? I mean, have you guys been to any of those like arcades that serve beer? There's one around me called Tilted. And yeah, it's basically a bar with arcade machines. It's kind of a fun spot to check out. Car review star Paul saying hi to the people. I appreciate it, Paul. Thanks for making everyone feel so welcome. Kirk the Equestrian. Oh yeah. God. I got nothing. Star really interested in some great Star Trek figs, but These seem to be a bit all over the place. I'm mostly interested in original series and original series films. Doesn't this, oh no, Generations was a movie, wasn't it? That was more, was that more, oh, what's the one? Oh, wow. I've totally, yeah, anyway. I just totally blanked. Star Trek, the one, the one, wow, guys. I mean, I don't know my Star Trek well, but I should know this. The Star Trek with Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Why am I blanking on this? Next Generation, Next Gen. Yeah, was Generations kind of a next gen movie? John, still waiting on the Expanse figures I got from their Kickstarter before I look at their or look at further figures from them. Ah, how long ago when figures supposed to be in? See, Anton, that's from Star Trek Next Generation movie Generations. That's what I was wondering. Okay. Despite what everyone says, I think that one is pretty cool. I remember I've seen the original Star Trek movies, like the ones with the original cast. I haven't seen the only ones I've seen beyond that are the J.J. Abrams ones, and I know people don't seem to think those really jive well with Star Trek. Spade one, yes, Khan, let a horse to or you Khan lead a horse to water. Oh no. At least it's not just me delivering the bad puns tonight, Spaded one. Oh, that was nice. My stepdaughter and her husband took my wife and I to one of those arcades not long ago. Had a great time. Played Rampage for nearly 2 hours straight. Awesome. We used to call when I was like when my friends and I would go out to the bars all the time. They had an 8-player Daytona USA, and it was just a little arcade room off to the side of this bar slash restaurant. And because there were 8 of them, we'd all get together and we'd all go sit and play that cruising or whatever Daytona USA. We called it drunk driving, but it was a blast. And that's something to be proud of. Is I was pretty good at drunk driving with the Daytona USA game there. Don't get that twisted, kids. But yeah, that's good stuff. I've been to one. It's really nice, and they let you play Shredder's Revenge, which also includes April's Winter and Casey Jones player characters. Nice. April's Splinter, right? April Splinter and Casey Jones. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I've only been there once, and the worst part is I didn't really play the arcade games. I played on the pool tables because I used to do that a little bit. That's right. I hustled. I didn't hustle. I was decent, but I wasn't that decent. Okay. Now let's get out of the old Star Trek and see what else we've got here. Must push more buttons. Daredevil Born Again Hot Toys. I mean, Hot Toys are great. They're just not really what we concentrate on when it comes to Toypixx here. Now, the Jada booth, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that Jada has somehow become very popular on the Toypixx YouTube channel. I can't imagine how. But let's take a peek here. We've got Vega. June did explain why Vega doesn't have the silver, like, spork, the silver claws on his arm. Wow, why was I thinking spork there? But he said that was actually because Capcom asked them to do it this way instead of the other way, which is what they had originally planned to do. So at least I do enjoy that he is crazy transparent with that kind of stuff, because other people might have danced around it. He's like, no, we did that because Capcom asked us to. Originally, we did this. I'm like, man, I love it when June talks to the people on the camera. I remember when he first started doing interviews, he seemed a little awkward. Now it's more, he's just got a glint in his eye. And I just love seeing the man talk. It cracks me up. He's pretty awesome. So we got Guile, we got Sagat, we've got Blanca, who is really the most important Street Fighter character of all time. But I think you all know that at this point. Vega's looking good. Now we've got these, and I'm sure there'll be much better pictures as we continue through here. But Tony's great because that joke hasn't been done in a while. Barney and Fred. I do want to see Fred's alternate head. Like, Mom Pix saw this and she was kind of going, he just looks too happy for Fred. But she didn't say a word about Barney. Barney's pretty much perfect. Let's keep going here. We've got Shaggy the mummy. I love this pose that they put the mummy in. That looks good. And that creeper guy looks good. And of course, we've got David and Lucy. Those are obviously very good figures. We've got cars, but yeah, we're just going to keep going. There we go. There's a much better picture of Vega. Let me try. There we go. We get a little more of them like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. June also said that they're updating some of the articulation. He said the shoulders, like the butterfly joints, are going to be different. And it sounded really cool. And that every figure from now on is going to have toe hinges. So I'm pretty excited. Every Street Fighter figure, I should clarify that. So I'm very excited about this line. Here we go with Vega in package. And that's what you were talking about, Star. You got to appreciate what they do with that packaging. And yep, Shaggy looking pretty perfect. Zoinks. I keep zooming in and zooming back. I love just the one hand like that. That mummy. I love that pose. That's just pretty much every Jada figure seems like they could do that. And now we've got Mega Man, which I'll have to get because right now, the only Jada line that I have everything that's been released so far for is the Mega Man line. So work needs to be done, obviously. Woodman looks good. This guy, I can't remember this guy's name. Let's see, help me out. Bubble Man, maybe? And here's kind of what ended up being the star of the Jada show. Now, while I've given a couple thoughts, let's go back and see what everybody else is talking about here. All right, Sci-Fi, what do you got? Dave and Buster's, does arcade, go-karts, mini golf, darts, billiards, and full dining and drinking. I've been to a Dave and Buster's, but they didn't have go-karts. I don't think they had mini golf either. But darts and billiards and full dining and drinking, yeah, I saw all that stuff in the arcade. Man, go-karts are where it's at, though. Like, had I seen go-karts, I would have been going, all right, guys, I'm not going to eat. I'm just going to go sit in go-karts all night. John, since you asked, no idea when the Expanse figures are supposed to deliver. That sucks, John. But I understand waiting and seeing, okay, let's make sure this is cool before I jump in, Star, I have no vested interest in Street Fighter, yet I still ordered 5 from BBTS yesterday, right after watching the 5 Deadly Venoms for the umpteenth time. I can't get this Jada monkey off my back. They are that good. And they're not crazy. Bubble Man, thank you, Star. And they're not crazy pricey. They're scratching that itch that seems it's just not whatever they're doing. I just hope they keep doing it. Ghost Tab, what's up, man? Hello, good to see you this fine evening. Let's see. The villain is Woodman. Woodman. Did I say Woodman or did I say Tree Man? I think I knew Woodman. I didn't know the other one. I might have said Tree Man. Who knows? If Jada does the goblins from Rankin Bass the Hobbit, I'm going to need therapy. That would be multiple they'd have to go for there, I think. But maybe not. I'm not sure. There's Frosty and his little TV packaging again. You're not wrong, Star. The packaging they do for these things is pretty incredible. Oh, and Fei Long in the purple pants. Definitely going to need Fei Long in the purple pants. Basically, everything here I need in quotes, but really not in quotes. And everything here is necessary as well. All right, we're going to head back now. Mondo booth. You know what? There was one thing to see at the Mondo booth when it comes to 112 scale action figures, and that would be, hey man, we have the 2000X He-Man coming soon. Now, I have not heard anything as far as price. Obviously, there it says to be determined. Water is tasty. And yeah, I don't know. It looks good. I don't know if this is something that I'd jump into. Obviously, it would kind of depend. I guess it wouldn't depend so much on price because I'll spend stupid money on something that I think is cool. I think it'll depend on how it looks, what all it comes with, and everything else. I'm sure it'll look great, but I'll know what all it comes with, and I'll probably want to see reviews, which means I won't be able to get it because if I wait for reviews, it'll be sold out. That is when we get totally hosed on collecting. I would like companies to make enough so that reviews can come out and there'd still be some in stock, but that would be the gamble. On the plus side, if I ordered just one and it stunk, it's from Mondo, so I could probably sell it back. But yeah, apparently they're also doing a Clawful, they're doing Man at Arms, and they're doing Skeletor that they've announced or shown off so far. Spaded One, hear me out. Jada Toys Shaw Brothers collection. I know not the Shaw Brothers, Spaded One. Help me out, help me out. Frosty looks wonderful. I love details, and he has his broom, his corncob pipe, and hocus pocus. You know what's great about that is I saw that Frosty and instantly started singing Jimmy Durani's version of Frosty the Snowman. That's when you know they did a good job. Frosty the Snowman. Sorry. All right, this man said 5 deadly venoms and something in my head snapped. Oh, great googly moogly. You don't want your head snapping. That hurts. John, I think the only Jada I'd skip is player 2 Guile. Player 1 is good enough. I still got to get player 1 Guile. What's nice, and I don't know if it's good or bad, I can get all these still on Amazon, and it's not too bad price wise or anything. And so I wonder, is it that they're not being distributed super well? I know that the first wave recently hit Walmart, so that was Chun-Li, Fei Long, and Ryu. So does that mean everything's going to kind of get released again? I mean, I guess that's a possibility, but it seems Amazon's getting the lion's share of these things because the Target, at least by me, doesn't get much. And I haven't checked the Walmart. I have this weird thing in my head about Walmart from way back when. Remember when Walmart was just kind of a country store, like it would be out in an area that didn't have a lot of grocery stores, and it made total sense for that. And then it started getting into towns, and people were freaking out because, man, Walmart's going to shut down a lot of small businesses by being around. It's true. But here's what's worse, Amazon is the big kahuna, and none of us have any problems dropping coin on Amazon, myself included. And yet I still can't get it through my head that it's okay to go to Walmart. It's a very strange headspace that I live in. Star, I still want to pick up 2 Ryus and 1 Ken so I can give both figs the Ryu head and depict the arcade game Karate Champion from the 80s. I love that game. Karate Champion. I don't remember that one at all. Let's see, that He-Man is peak. It is nice. I mean, it looks great, and I'm sure it's going to look great. I wonder because I'm just not that much of a He-Man guy, so I'm just curious if it's going to look great enough for me to jump on it. Spaded One, is that the first 1/6 Nightcrawler? I don't know. I I'm not sure. It's crazy, but as much as I'm into this stuff, I don't pay attention to 1/6 all that much. Like I'll see it and it passes by. Like I watched some of the Mad Hatter when he was walking through Mondo, and they were showing the She-Ra and the horse, Swiftwind, I think. And is it a unicorn or a horse? I can't remember. But that looked amazing. So That's the problem. If I look at 1/6, I'll be like, I need more of these. And then I just run out of room right away. Mondo MOTU figures are pretty amazing. I know they're 1/6 ones. Like I have seen some of those. So I'm sure those are amazing. And I'm curious, is that going to translate to 1/12? Anton, welcome to Goblin Town. Welcome to Goblin Town. Great googly moogly. More of me not knowing what's happening. Spaded One. Shaw Brothers was a prolific kung fu movie production company. So what? Okay, okay. You know what? I was going to say name some of the movies, but here's where we really have a problem. My bad nerd would be showing as I tried to come up with what exactly that was. I'd be like, wait, okay, so you said it's these three movies, and I don't know those movies at all. With these other companies, there's no telling how deep they'll go into a franchise. We don't have to worry about that with Jada. They commit to doing them all. Long live Jada. Be careful, Star. Be careful. Don't be jinxing this. Right now, they have absolutely committed to Street Fighter too, and I think they'll commit to Mega Man, but I don't want to jinx it. Like we don't know. I mean, if Maine and Rebecca aren't coming out till next year or late this year, how successful is Edge Runners right now? I just don't want to. I mean, I want them to complete it all, but I don't want to jinx it. But it is obvious that if June can, he wants to finish all these things. Anton, Jada should do Bucky O'Hare and the Toad Wars. That would be, yeah, Jada and their cartoon stuff is pretty amazing. Star, where there's a whip, there's a way. Oh, oh dear. Maybe that's it. Maybe they need. Oh, Jada needs to do an Indiana Jones line. Sorry, that's the first thing I thought. See, the 1/12 He-Man is actually tempting. Unfortunately, it would take funds previously allocated for Jada, so it's a no-go. Star, that's awesome. Actually, that you're on that. You're that focused. Poetry, yes. All right. What do we got? Those Mondo Spider-Man figs get eviscerated or got eviscerated last year. Kind of iffy on comic style figs at that scale. I wonder. I remember hearing the Spider-Man didn't do so hot, but I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything specific. Like, and I don't mean didn't do so hot as far as sales. I mean people didn't seem blown away. You know. Well, Edge Runners is certainly a hit in this house. I just ordered 2 more sets of David and Lucy over the weekend. I've lost count. Nice, Star. Nice. If, ladies and gentlemen, when Maine and Rebecca happen, awesome. But when anybody after that happens, we all have Star to thank. Jada should do Eternal Champions, nostalgia overload with a finite cast. That's the thing, is they've hit a sweet spot with something like Street Fighter because they can do just tons of color variations based off of what, 16 molds? I guess actually, no, they're sharing. So Ken and Ryu share a mold. Akuma, oh, I forgot about Akuma. Akuma probably shares something. Yeah, there's I mean, they could just keep repainting, and because it's Street Fighter and because all those characters are awesome, we'd go crazy. I'd go crazy. Just trying to do my part, we all win. That's very true, Star. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go see. We've got, let's see, since somebody, was that you, Spaded One, asking about Nightcrawler? We will look just because there is a BAMF. I mean, that is cool. I like the animation look going on his swords there on the, oh, wow. Good Lord. All the words escape me. Cutlass. Yes, on the cutlass is, or is it cutlass eye? I'm going with cutlasses. Okay. Let's keep going. We're going to pass. Oh, you know what? The Mondo 2025 panel reveals. If we look here, we might get a decent look at some of those 1/12 scale He-Man figures. Chitara was not 112 scale He-Man. Neither is Carnage, Sinister, Nightcrawler. There we go. Now, Clawful, it sounds like, is one of the 112 scales. So that looks, I mean, I remember I had Clawful when I was a kid. I remember thinking he was really cool. And here's my problem. If I get He-Man, I have to have Skeletor. Like, that's not even a question. Does he have the Keldor head? I can't tell. This looks like it's all Skeletor. I don't see the Keldor head in there. And Man-at-Arms. So he's got 3 heads, it looks like. And those look like he's sporting some fists, and obviously he needs to hold some stuff here, so he must come with some extra hands. There's kind of a blaster weapon, some effects, a little Dio base. Yeah, so that was what we know from Mondo when it comes to their Motu line. Spaded one. Imagine Jada doing Primal Rage with swappable animal parts. Oh man, that would be fun. That would be fun. I do remember the Primal Rage a little bit. Probably not as much as many of you, but you know, we don't want to go to war today with the Lord of the Last says of the last days. With the Lord of the Last set. Oh, Anton, help! Sorry, Dave. That's all from the Rankin Bass versions of the Lord of the Rings. Okay, got it, Anton. Thank you. I'm always happy when you come in and save me. Spade one. Wait, I'm thinking Bloody Roar. Bloody Roar. See, I remember the other one a little bit. I don't remember Bloody Roar at all. Primal Rage was a dinosaur fighting game. Yeah, I think. Man, now I'm questioning it. Am I thinking Rampage? Because I know we talked Rampage earlier. I go crazy if we entered the Paul Davis Music Hour. Yes. Wait, who's Paul Davis? Oh, man. I am going to need to make those bad nerd shirts. That is a beautiful Nightcrawler. I have that comic book miniseries. Nice. Okay. Let's jump at the Mondo. We took a peek already. I'm sure we have at Fei Long from Jada. The big selling point here for me anyway, of course, when we're talking photogenic action figures, are all the accessories. We've got, look at that. There's 2 new pairs of hands, which is ridiculous. He's got the nunchaku. He's got a new face. And yeah, that's that's 7 extra accessories and purple pants. So Fei Long's he's showing us what's up here. He's going to be a blast to pick up. And I love with him getting that many extra hands. Is there going to be another Chun-Li that comes with even more hands? And there's all kinds of stuff I need to know now. Like, I want the laughing head for the red Chun-Li, and they haven't made that yet. So anyway, I will go nuts for the Street Fighter stuff, obviously. But I think all of us seem to be in that way. Spaded one. Bloody Roar was a 3D fighting game with a lycanthropy button. What? So like turn him into wolf. Maybe I don't remember Bloody War or Bloody Roar at all. He's got a new hat. He's got new pants. New pants or what's up? But yes, it's Malibu Stacy with a new hat. Nope, Primal Rage is similar in graphic technique to Mortal Kombat. The 3-monster co-op game of smashing cities around the world. Both are awesome. Okay, then I was way off. Rampage is what I was thinking about. Primal Rage, I'll have to look that one up at some point. Anton, poor Clawful, his weakness would be better. Claflin? I don't know. Claflin? I know not things. Paul Davis was a big hit years ago, delivering such hits like 65 Love Affair, Darlin', and Sweet Life, to name a few. Huh. I just when I think I kind of know some music stuff, I got nothing on Paul Davis. All right. So we've gone through a lot of what Toyark's got to offer as far as all that was concerned. Let's double check and make sure there's nothing too crazy. I know there was the McFarlane show, like what they showed off. They showed the four turtles together who are going to be, I believe, the line with the comic books. Let's see here, right here. And I don't know, I mean, hold on, let me try that. Let me try that again. There we go. We got a slightly better look at him there. Now, from what I've heard, the people that have actually seen the figures have said that the renders do not do them justice. They actually look really good. And I'll be curious what he does as far as articulation is concerned. Oh, excuse me. I don't even feel that tired, but apparently yawns have me. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. They call it a 5-inch line. Does that mean the turtles are 5 inches and the like Shredder and Casey are 6 inches, and then Bebop and Rocksteady are bigger? I've heard people say that it looks like Casey, or I'm sorry, that it looks like the Shredder from this. I think Robo said looks like it fits right around the 6-inch scale mark. So these might be a touch too small, or they might be just right. I'll be curious about that. But again, with it being McFarlane, I will wait until reviews are out to decide whether or not I want to pick these things up. I do love the IDW comics, and I really like the look of these. So hopefully they're pretty awesome. And I decide, hey, these need to be picked up. These need to be purchased. Spaded one. If any company does Rampage, then George and Lizzie need to be at least the size of a quarter scale NECA turtle. That would be fun. You'd have them just fighting it out with the rest of the 112 figures just hanging out. Just like, yeah, we got nothing. We got to walk away from this because we can't do anything here. I like Paul Davis. Please don't tell anyone that. I'll deny it. I feel that way about, I don't know. Do I feel that way about much? I'm trying to think if there's any singers. Like I've already told you guys, when Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA comes on, I get to humming. That's pretty shameless to fire that off, I suppose. All right, let's get out of here because I think we've stopped seeing all the craziness that Toyark has to offer. But now let's get into BBTS because, ladies and gentlemen, Spoon. This is what's a blast. This is what's absolutely necessary for the toy collection, amongst all the Jada prerequisites, of course. But once I saw this, I was in awe. I had to think it was coming at some point, but I didn't know when it was happening. And I am so stoked that he's already up for pre-order. I remember watching this cartoon and thinking how, even when I was younger, I was like, hey, this isn't like other superhero cartoons. This is a little, before I even knew the word, this was a little subversive. And it cracked me up. And of course, the character that cracked me up the most was probably Sewer Urchin, just because I always did the Rain Man voice. I thought it was kind of funny. And then that was just the cartoon version of the Rain Man voice. Cracked me up. Good times. Then you got Deflator Mouse. You got American Made. Oh, if this turns into a line, I would be stoked. And of course, I mean, you have to have Arthur. That's not even a question. Arthur needs to happen. And I'm so stoked that they went with animated because I did enjoy the live action, but it took something. There was something a little more special for me as far as the animated was concerned. It might have just hit me at the right time for me to start realizing what, okay, this is how things usually are. Wait, this is totally different and I'm digging it and it's hilarious, Let's see if everybody else is digging the tick quite like I am because Spoon. because he's a lobster guy. So this week would be Beta, lobster guy. Oh, Clawful, lobster, lobster, lobster. Star, when is SDCC this year anyway? I think it's usually July. Let's see here. I'll do a quick search. SDCC 2025. There we go. And I'll let you know what it says. Homepage Comic-Con, July 24th through the 27th. So there you go, with preview night on July 23rd. Okay, Anton, those are the Ninja Turtles from the early 2000 series from Fox Kids. Were they? I thought they were working on IDW. Those ones look a little more like, wasn't the 2000? Oh, you know what? Am I thinking the 2012? I might be thinking the 2012. Either way, I dig the look. Was I jump? I don't even know anymore. My brain scrambled, obviously. I really wish a better company was doing the Tick. You know, Big Bad Workshop is there. Who does the what is it? Longbox Heroes is Big Bad Workshop. Big Bad Workshop is now doing Monster Force. Fresh Monkey Fiction kind of combined with Big Bad Toy Store for Big Bad Workshop. So my hope is that kind of translates over to their Longbox Heroes as well, and maybe the same people working on things like Monster Force are going to work on these larger scale figures. But I don't know. I know what you mean, John. I haven't picked up any of those figures, though, so I don't know about the quality of them. Uncarded Star, mum's the word. It will be our secret. Oh, good Lord, man. There's no secrets. Okay, secrets are fine. When it comes to Paul Davis. Sorry, SDCC is always in the middle of July. Yeah. I was thinking July. Groovy me, what's going on? The Tick. I gotta have that. I want them to make a live action Tick from Amazon too. Patrick Warburton is a legend, that's for sure. There was just something that struck me a little differently about the cartoon than the live action. But hey, I hope we all get what we dig. Star, uncarded, you, sir, are a fine human being. We all know those, Star. Spaded one. I want to see The Mask figure like this. Mezco nailed it with theirs, but I want something I can put alongside other Toon figs. Ooh, that would be pretty sweet. Ah, Spoon. Oh, phone's ringing again. Oh, there we go. It's done ringing. Uncarded, indeed. Here, Yacht Rockers unite. Oh, no. Oh, no. What have we done? So I thought it was toward the end of August. That's great. Oh yeah, man. They announced the Tick as part of their Longbox Heroes line, Loose Collector, if I recall correctly. I'm not hopeful. It's not that the Rocketeer I got was bad, just not worth the price. See, and I thought that it was a Big Bad Workshop thing that was Longbox Heroes, but that's Loose Collector, huh? I've heard mixed things on the quality of Loose Collector stuff, but I haven't had any of it to try it out. One thing I will say is the Tick for me was such a huge part of just enjoying things that I will end up with the Tick. But hopefully I don't get them and I'm disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed by Mr. Spoon there. The Tick is probably one of the funniest comic books and funniest television series on Fox Kids ever. Yeah, I was rolling. See, there are too many gags to mention. They're just way too funny, but you have to be a comic book fan to really appreciate them. And that might be what it was. Like, I was in that stage where I was loading up on comics. So it might have been just perfect timing where, you get the jokes because you're the comic nerd. All right, let's keep jumping down here a little bit because I want to see what else we've got. That looks crazy. Hot deals. We do have Tony the Tiger. Has everybody gotten their pre-order in yet? No, $29.99 here. It's probably, let me go look. I want to look on EE real quick. I'm just curious what the price is because I know that a lot of the prices have been increasing on BBTS, but I think what's going on is they're just trying to cover for the fact that there's so much when it comes to, or that they're offering so much with their pile of loot feature. So it's $4 and all that. So I think that's part of it. Plus, they're trying to account for the tariffs, whereas Entertainment Earth is charging like $15 unless you spend 79 bucks right now. I think it's usually 99 and then you get free shipping. So it's just different ways of trying to figure out how to price things when it comes to the tariffs. So let me look here real quick. I am on Entertainment Earth. I know that I'm not sharing the page right now. He is $29.99 on Entertainment Earth as well. So there you go, ladies and gents. As far as Tony the Tiger is concerned, if you've got him or you've got him on pre-order, there you be. Now, Spaded One, I need Jada to, let's see, to get some kind of ninja property. Tenchu comes to mind. I wonder, you know what? That's something else June talked about. He said with their relationship with Capcom, it sounds like they can do some of the less popular, like less known characters, such as Strider, like one-off characters, things that maybe, I mean, he was basically talking about Marvel versus Capcom without saying Marvel versus Capcom. So it sounds like they're going to try and fill a lot of that Marvel versus Capcom roster on the Capcom side, which would be awesome. Is the Tick the story with a character called Bat, a bat disguised as a bat in it? I don't know, Star. I don't remember Bat. I remember Deflator Mouse. Bat. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me. Bat. I typed Bat, the Tick. Batmanuel and Deflator Mouse. All right. It's not coming up with Bat or the Tick, but that's just a quick search. I don't remember that at all. But yeah, there you go for Tony. Now let's head back. I want to find more. Blanca from Storm. I don't even know if I should talk about these. Not because Storm doesn't do great stuff. A lot of people love their stuff, but because they're just big enough to be more like 1/10 scale figures instead of 1/12. And I'm really trying to concentrate on the 1/12. That said, it's Blanca, so we're going to look at him because he's also in stock. So if you're into Storm, here's an in-stock Blanca that's going to be bigger than the Jada one and cost about 3 times more. 3 times, that's a little over 3 times. And I don't want to talk price so much. I think most of us are kind of in a spot where, okay, if we think it's cool enough, we're going to try and pick it up. And the worst part about that is sometimes, like we talked about with that He-Man from Mondo, if you want to wait for reviews, you might not get a chance to. You probably just roll the dice and hope it doesn't suck. And at least that way, if it does, then you sell it. Let's see. Am I in that? Okay, I'm in the new arrivals section. So David and Lucy are in BBTS, or in stock. So is Mega Man. So is Frenzy. And yes, that is Frenzy. It says so. Studio Series figures. When you click on that, that is definitely Frenzy. Red Sonja from Boss Fight, I believe. And featured pre-orders, we've got, let's see, Iron Studios. Yeah, we don't really do statues so much. I just want to look here. I've been working a lot on that book that I showed you at the beginning, so I haven't gotten a chance to look a ton at this stuff. Let's see, Vintage Collection. Let's see if we see anything that catches our eye here in the 1/12 scale range. We had a little Scooby statue. It might be kind of a shorter live stream tonight, ladies and gents. I do want to try, don't let me forget, I want to try and find, Robo took a picture at the Big Bad Workshop booth, I believe. And I want to go back to X. In fact, how about I do that right now? I'm going to go to my X account. I'm going to find that picture, and then we're going to discuss what we see, because I think it's pretty awesome. Like, as much as we're sitting here talking about how cool Jada is, and they are, and this is nothing at all against them. I love their stuff. You know, I love their stuff. Robo showed something at the Big Bad Workshop booth that caught my eye, and I'm like, oh my God, I need this. And I know that we've seen renders of it, but wait till you see this thing. This is right up my alley. Hang on. Why is thing? Here we go. Okay. Show me Robo. Robo don't know. All right, I'm going to scroll to this first. So talk amongst yourselves. A sandwich is neither sand nor a witch. Discuss. Okay, first off, are we there? Am I already at that spot I wanted to show off? Wait a sec. Oh, wow. Robo had all kinds of good times when he was there, obviously. And I'm looking. I'm not seeing the picture that I wanted to find. Hang on. It's got to be here. Gotta be here. Don't you make me a liar, Robo. I'm sure it's on here somewhere. You know what? I know you guys are like, what's he even looking at right now? What's even happening? Give me just, here we go. Okay, I got it. Let's stop this screen. Present X.com. Okay, now, yes, this is the tick, and yes, we talked about him, but look at the right-hand side of the picture. That's the secret agent monkey guy from Fresh Monkey Fiction. I need that monkey. It comes with a banana. That is amazing. I wanted to show that because it made me really happy to find it. But yeah, Fresh Monkey Fiction, Big Bad Workshop. And I think this must be why I was thinking that the tick was Big Bad Workshop, is I saw these right there in the same, what looks like the same booth. But yes, we need the monkey, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say. The monkeys won't do. June did say that Jada has a very good relationship with Warner Brothers. Could Jada Looney Tunes figs be in our future? Star, I hope so. I don't know what's going on with Warner Brothers. I hope that they stick around long enough to let Jada have some Looney Tune goodness. Because I don't know. I hope so. I would love for Jada to do the Looney Tunes. Star, it would be sweet if Jada got a license with Pixar. I'd love some Jada Incredibles. Star, you know, I don't want, this is terrible. Because of how much money and how much money the Disney licenses cost, you can see it reflected in the quality of things like Marvel Legends and Star Wars. How the Star Wars figures don't have great articulation or accessories, and the Marvel Legends, they're just a ton of repaints. They still do the ball peg or the ball or the waist cut, you know, things like that. They're still largely, I mean, you can see that these figures aren't as good as the stuff that Hasbro and Takara Tomy actually owns as far as IP is concerned. So if Jada were to get Pixar, I would fully expect June to come out and say, okay, guys, here's what's up. This license is insane. How would you feel about buying $50 Pixar action figures? Because I would not, if I'm Jada, I don't want to diminish the goodwill that I've got with my audience right now by creating figures that are below par, like below what the rest of the stuff they've done is, because the license costs so much. So if they did Pixar, I wouldn't be against it. I'm just saying I would be very careful. I would not want them to have to to have to compromise their style because of how much Disney stuff costs. While it's unlikely to fund, if anyone has not backed Space Zombies from Mars, it ends in 3 hours. Oh dear. All right, John, thanks for that heads up, sir. We might go check that out real quick after we're done here. That is from Ralph Bakshi's Mighty Mouse cartoon. Okay. Sci-fi, you know all the things, man. You know, if all of us had a Bad Nerd t-shirt, I'm pretty sure you would not need one. You'd just be walking around. We would all be wearing Bad Nerd. You would wear King Nerd or something, just because you know the things, and the rest of us are like, Star Jada have become the darlings of the action figure world. They built quite a massive following in such a short amount of time. It's amazing what quality does, isn't it? I mean, that's basically what's happening. It's amazing when you can put out stuff that's so good compared to the competition. Anton, I know this will be controversial, but will they do Sally from Sonic the Hedgehog? I don't know who's Sally and why would that be controversial. I don't know my Sonic. Sci-fi, a fan which is just a sandwich, but a man which is more of a meal. A man which is just a sandwich, but a man which is more of a meal. Wait, what? A man which is more of a meal. All right, all right. I got you now, Sci-fi. It's been a while since I've heard about manwich. Okay, Star, that's the one. Thanks, Sci-fi. Bat. But yeah, guys, come on. Nobody's saying anything about the secret agent monkey? What is wrong with you? That is toys, ladies and gentlemen. Secret agent monkeys are what's up. Clankatron, what's going on, man? Has anyone else backed the Biblical Adventures Kickstarter from D13? They're barely getting ready to ship the first batch. Ooh, I did not, but I've seen some of the prototypes of those figures. They look pretty amazing. And that's sweet. So did you back them? And like how many of those, how much do you expect to be showing up to your place? John, I already pre-ordered the Secret Agent monkey quite some time ago. All right, there you go, John. I need to get on. I don't know why I'm not just saying, "Oh, I need that pre-order now." Maybe because I have too many pre-orders out right now as it is. I like my bananas shaken, not stirred. I wonder, oh, can you imagine seeing like a monkey like this, a secret agent monkey in Sean Connery voice? Oh, this is what we need. It's like what was the animated G.I. Joe movie? Was it Resolute? The one where it was kind of G.I. Joe, more like now or just slightly in the future? The guy that was doing Destro's voice was clearly doing Sean Connery. We need that guy's voice attached to that monkey. See, I have 13 pre-orders on BBTS. Nice, John. I think you've got me beat by a couple. And mine are mostly, let's see, I've got one. I think they're mostly Transformers, just because when I look at the prices of Transformers, it looks to me like those just shoot up in price once you miss them. So I'm looking at it kind of strategically. Star, I was considering getting some of those Monster Force figs of the agents and spies to proxy them as Grand Theft Auto 5 figures. Okay, I know Grand Theft Auto a little bit, but you know what? Yeah, do what you do for that kind of thing. I don't know it as far as what those characters look like, though, because bad nerd. The Tick looks awesome. He's even wearing a tie that was right out of the comics. Ah, Spoon. All right, ladies and gents, why don't we go till about 8:20 tonight? I know it's a shorter stream, but I want to work a little bit on that book, and we seem to not have tons that needs to be talked about here. I think we've covered most of it. See, yes, he was. You're absolutely right, Sci-Fi. That cartoon was very controversial, though it had a lot of talented people behind it. Let's see. All right, Clankatron, what do you got? What do you got? I backed like 6 figs, 3 Jesuses, regular African and crucifixion, Moses, Lucifer, and Saint Michael. They look great, and I'm excited to finally get them. I think the one I saw, I was saying prototypes. I think the one I saw was the Saint Michael one. Does he have just massive angel wings? Because I think I'm picturing the right thing, but I'm not 100% on it. But I remember when those were coming out, like when people were showing them off on shows or on the, like the prototypes have been sent out to different reviewers and things like that. John, oh, and I have 2 figs already in my pile of loot. Oh, see, you're way ahead of me now, John. If you have 2 figures in your pile of loot and you've got that many pre-orders, you're winning. Anton, she was in the Archie comics, and she was Sonic's first and only love. That's at least for me. And if she broke up with him, well, I'm available. Wait, was she the one that was a human and people thought it was really weird? Is that the one you're talking about? Because I don't remember. I'm trying to remember the controversy about that. One's an elf. I didn't realize release. Oh, no, John. Clearly, I haven't been doing my job if you didn't know there was an elf out there. Oh, you know what we should probably talk about real quick? Hang on. What do we got, Anton? He does look really cool with his banana. See? See? Monkey banana. This is perfection, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Manson, sup nerds? Friend got me a legendary Dark Barbarian this weekend at Toylanta. Moffex Scarecrow arrives tomorrow. Nice. I'm guessing the legendary Barbarian, that's the mythic one. And then, ooh, that Moffex Scarecrow looks great, Mr. Manson. Ooh, I got to get back into jumping on some of those. Star, I know the idea has been mentioned before, but does anyone think that Jada will eventually do a mystery machine to scale for the Scooby-Doo line? I do. The mystery machine is almost character unto itself. It would be like having, well, this is kind of a bad example because of how huge it is, but Han Solo needs the Millennium Falcon. The Scooby Gang needs the mystery machine. The difference being a 1/12 scale Millennium Falcon would be gigantic, and a 1/12 scale mystery machine, well, if you have any of the ramen vans, you pretty much know about the size. It's not gigantic like a Falcon would be. Although that is a dream project of mine. If Black Series ever said we're making a 1/12 scale Millennium Falcon for a HasLab, I would be beyond tempted. I'd put it with my SH Figuarts on if I ever get that. John, I knew it existed, just didn't realize it released. It came out when I was starting my current job. Okay, got it. I feel better about myself now, John. Mystery Machine would be an instant order. Yeah, I think that they would definitely release that. Okay, what I wanted to show here, what I find real quick. Let's get out of this. Let's log out, Toypixx. Sounds good, Toypixx. Let's look up. I want to see if we get a picture here for the holothon that's going on at Target right now. Here we go. Toy Arc, of course, has the picture. Now, is this still, let's make sure. Yes, okay. Oh, wait, nope. Scusi. All right, let me jump back and let me make sure to share this one real quick. Okay. Here we go. Here is the holothon that's currently going on and begins online on April 11th. And I figured we go through this stuff real quick because there is some interest from me. It's all about me, of course. But when it comes to Toon and Comic Turtles, those do fall into the 1/12 scale realm. So I don't need anything that's black and white. I don't need any Toon. I need this April. I'm going to need that Elite Foot Soldier. And I'm going to need, is that Super? No, that's not the super turtle. That's oh wait, no, that's Donatello right there. Yeah, there we go. Gonna need him. Again, don't really need these, but that's a lot of, they're still coming out with tons of Toon stuff for that line, which is insane. I mean, it's awesome, but it's crazy. Ah, sorry about that, guys. Let's blow this up. Clearly I stink at Zoom. All right, we've got the old man Raph. We got Leo. Let's see. We got Shredder, the beat up one. I still need a clean Shredder, but the one that I really need, I mean, I need these turtles. The one that's really necessary is the unmentionables. And they gotta release these. I'm gonna need them. And they've gotta find a way to get, apparently the Tommy guns are sculpted for these, but they couldn't release them per licensor or whatever. I don't know what the deal was, but it was because of the licensor that they couldn't release these with the Tommy guns. So hopefully NECA finds a way to release those Tommy guns for these turtles, because that would be absolutely massive. I would be crazy stoked about those. Oh man, so much chatting. All right, let's go till 8:30. And yeah, Star, have you guys seen how many Batmans from the Arkham series are coming out from boutique companies like LPZZ and InArt? They look fantastic, but I have reservations given what I've seen. Reservations? Now, Star, everybody's talking about how great the Dark Knight Rises Batman is from InArt. So I don't know. I've seen the Arkham Batman looks really good to me from, I think, Queen Studios / InArt. But I get reservations. I need that Mirage April. Yep, same here. I don't have an April in the collection. I don't have a Shredder in the collection. Those are kind of necessary. Anton, watch out. Dave's talking to himself now. It's the third sign of insanity. Yep. I'm sure I've covered the first two. And how many signs of insanity are there? Because I probably covered them all at some point. I'm going to need Mofex to make a dang old Snake Plissken. Oh. They did Alien. They've done RoboCop. They need to do something. They need to do Predator. Like, can you imagine Mofex doing Predator? And then, I don't know, have they really, they haven't, no, they did. They did a Megan. Did they do a Pennywise? I'm trying to think about more stuff like that. I know Snake Plissken isn't necessarily horror, but it seems like that era. I wonder if they would do something like that. John, Spaded One, stop spending money I don't have for me. I'd have to get that. Okay, so things are back now. I think that's the wallet telling me to stop finding things to spend money on. Spaded One, John, I don't see any Snake Plissken, such a classic action character. Okay, it's up here. Hopefully it's up on TVs and cell phones and everything else now. Let's see, him and Jack Burton. Ooh, yep, Big Trouble would be amazing. Facts. Mesco has sets with Tommy guns. I know, I have one. Nice, but are they going to be good enough for the big turtle fingers? I don't know. I feel I'll probably get the animated Shredder, Pee-wee, and Beetlejuice. Oh yeah, those could be very cool as well. Groovy me. I don't mean to gloss over stuff. I just keep it gets. I'm going. Oh wait, I'm stoked about this. I'm stoked about this. The first sign of insanity is having hair on your knuckles. Oh no. Oh geez. It's game over, man. It's game over. Mofex does Alien, Terminator, and RoboCop. Snake Plissken would line up. I forgot about Terminator. I was remembering the others. They need to do Predator too, though. John, the second sign, is looking for it. Sweet. Star, one channel I was watching was reporting that the 1/6 InArt figs from recently were having several QC issues, mostly concerning shipping and sending the correct figs. Ouch! That sucks. Like, oh, hey, we're just going to send you guys the wrong figures. That's a problem. Saw a recent vid of the 52 Toys Alien fig. It looks good. Oh, nice, Star. I have not come across that yet. Spaded one. Kind of funny that NECA hasn't named Police Academy yet. Oh, my God. They need to do some Police Academy. Oh, there are so many things. Oh, yeah. Mahoney! Yeah, Police Academy is necessary. Hook, line, and sinker. Thanks, John. Thanks for that. Worth the wait. Anton, can we get a closer look at April? Hang on, Anton. Hopefully you're still here because the screen went funky for a little bit there. Star, I've heard talk of a female Snake Plissken coming. Anyone know anything about that? I do not. Let's go back to that. Let's get a closer look at April. Let's actually find a picture of April here. Okay, here we go. We've got a far better picture of April. Now, yep, she looks awesome. She looks really. And that is, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm looking at that haircut, that is what we call the 80s for sure. So yeah, this is a good looking figure. I can't wait. I mean, I need April. So the unmentionables are the big want, but April is the big need. Like it is absolutely necessary to have April O'Neil if you have a bunch of turtles. And Mirage is the line I'm all about. So this figure looks great. Looks like we've got double jointed knees. We got the hips that are probably going to be, they'll run into this a bit, but that's a pretty thin diaper. So I'm thinking that she'll get some decent range. This is NECA, so she probably has the waist cut. But the one nice thing about the way NECA does their waist cuts is it'll be covered up because of the way the jacket is sculpted. And April's not necessarily a ninja, so you're not going to need her to get in these crazy poses. Let's go back here and see about the neck. I don't know what kind of articulation she'll have at the head there, at the where the neck meets the head. But it looks like she'll do fine at the shoulders and the biceps. Looks like double jointed elbows. Man, my yawning is embarrassing. And it looks like the way they sculpted around her socks there, they might be able to get a little bit of range out of the ankle rockers on those shoes. So I think April's going to be pretty good. I wish I had the original one. But yeah, this is looking like a very, very good figure. Spay one, Carpenter wants no part of it just for just that reason. Oy. I love how NECA kept this April very ambiguous so us nerds can keep fighting over her. It's, you know what? I'm going with Kevin Eastman is pretty much talking. I think he's been a consultant on this line. If Kevin Eastman says game on, I say game on. But at the same time, I do wonder. I'm like, what was she supposed to be in the comic? Let's see. If Jada wanted to do Aliens and Predators from the Capcom arcade game, would they have to deal with Capcom or Fox? I think the Capcom licensed it from Fox, so it's not really theirs. Ah, I don't know. Right now, it would have to be Disney because they own Fox. Racial. God, that's what I thought was going on. That's, you notice my comment kind of touched on that, but yeah. Oh, NECA got me. Yeah, this April looks amazing. Star Spaded One, such a wise man. Thank you, John. Oh dear. I had to pre-order that 4-movie turtle set with a see-through splinter and all. Nice, John. What was that? It was the movie, so it was the movies from the first one and the splinter that was an exclusive way back when. Okay, I got you. That's awesome, man, because I know a lot of people wanted that splinter and couldn't get it. So I'm glad you were able to score it. And the movie turtles are pretty amazing. Like if I were to get some movie figures, it would probably be those turtles. Spaded One, April wears knockoff Adidas. Confirmed. Let me see here. Let me go back. Now I have to look at the shoes. Of course. Ah, there we go. Oh, yeah. There's what we got there. There's all the holothon. We'll go through the pictures real quick of everything. We've got Pee Wee. We got the unmentionables. Man, I want those. Oh, those look good. We got April. Again, need. We've got Donnie with all his tools. I want to go nuts with the Mirage line. Like I'm not doing a NECA where like I want everything from Jada. I don't need that from NECA. But I do want their Mirage line. I love the look of all these turtles. All looking good. Shredder, again, I'd still like a clean version. Hopefully we get a Shredder 2.0 at some point. With maybe a ball peg waist. That would be nice. That's actually, I didn't notice that. The way they did the paintwork on Casey's face mask, that looks really good. With Elite, we got Wired Cape. Oh. Oh, he does not look like a happy Michael. We've got, I think that's the Dark Turtle Leonardo, right? And then this is where I totally lose it. Like, I don't remember these from the cartoon at all. Panda Khan's rad, but I know that he's not actually from the cartoon. This would be their interpretation of him had he been in the cartoon. And Worm, I think, was in the Archie comics. I remember him, but I don't remember if he was in the cartoon or not. The Shredder looks really good. Hey, babes. And there we go. That's your holothon, kids. Let me get through here, and we shall call it a night. Spaded One, Jada should try for the rights of the Capcom Punisher game. At this point, I'm just looking for a reason to get Jada to do a Marvel character so I can rub it in Hasbro's face. I saw a video by Spectre Creative. Something he said, he's not sure Hasbro's going to have the Marvel license past 2026. But I don't know where he heard anything. If he knows something that we don't know, it would be interesting to see who got after that. If they do Police Academy, they'll have to include a horse and a podium with a small curtain. If you know, you know. Yep. I would need the one that always cracked me up. I would need Tackleberry. I would need Mahoney. I would need Jones. And I think, let's see, of course, you need the, oh my gosh, Captain Harris. You need Proctor. Man, basically, you need them all. You need hooks at the end. You need hooks. You need Hightower. Hightower was, yeah. I just need them all. I think the ones I would the most would be Mahoney and Jones, though, because I could just sit here with the Jones figure and just come in front of people and just go, and just make all kinds of sound effects. And she looks like she just walked right out of the comic book. She does. She looks amazing. Every time I see a new line of turtles, they look less and less turtle, more bodybuilder. Yeah, the thing with this though, with Mirage, is they change styles. So I'm wondering if they're going to start. I mean, they're selling so many turtles with this style. I wonder if they're going to get a little more artist specific with some thinner ones in the future too. Sci-fi. If David Zaslav is willing to sell off Looney Tunes, expect the same for Hanna-Barbera and DC Comics. If Superman flops at the box office, Sci-fi, I know, and that's what I keep hearing, is that Zaslav is all about selling all that stuff. And man, I don't know. There's part of me, part of me does not want any comic book company or anything that started as a comic book company to be owned by some kind of huge corporation. I would love it if DC Comics were to break free and be their own thing. But are comics really as cool as they used to be or as much fun to read as they used to be? I don't know, especially from the big two. I don't hear very complimentary things, so I'm not sure. But selling off Warner Brothers without Looney Tunes is insanity. That's actually maybe the last stage of insanity is Zaslav. Like we just call it Zaslav because Warner Brothers without Looney Tunes is nuts. Like yeah, no, I don't know, but you're right. That's why I'm constantly thinking. I wonder if Jada, what is their relationship with Warner Brothers, and how in limbo are those licenses right now? Anton acquainted Kevin Eastman. He said she was from an old girlfriend of his, and she died, so he did it as a tribute to her, and she was a mixed race. Okay. Oh, that's awesome to know. Thank you, Anton. Oh, that sucks. I mean, that the story there is sad. Spaded one. Yeah, but Spectre Creative said Motu would be dead 5 years ago. Back to NFT toys and sells AI comics. That's fair. That's fair. But the whole blind squirrel thing, he might have something that we don't know. Hightower would be a build a figure and Tackleberry would need a special weapons pack. Facts. Which one? Assignment Miami Beach, where Tackleberry just pulls out the gun to stop the shark and the shark swims away. Like Tackleberry, just the insane characters were always my favorite. The insane characters and the old curmudgeonly ones. Not selling, licensing Looney Tunes. Okay. Licensing Looney Tunes, I would be good with. If that's what he's doing, game on. I've heard various things, but if that's the way, that I would much prefer that. I read indie comics. Good man, Mr. Matson. I need to get back into the nerd space again. Like I said, I got to figure out where to go from here. Let's see. Last stage of insanity approved. Awesome. Thank you, John. We have Zaslav is the last stage. Star, a new owner might be more willing to allow merchandising of the properties, like to Jada. Well, if what Mr. Matson's saying is correct, Star, then if they're just licensing things out, Jada is a great one to license things out too. So hopefully, and that you're right. Like June did say, they have a great relationship with Warner Brothers. So hopefully they'll be able to keep that going. Anton, there's an ancient spirit that's from a specific episode of the Ninja Turtles. Oh, that was the one. Okay, okay. He was like the originator of the Foot Clan, I think. Let's try this one more time. We get you sci-fi. Zaslav is coming into Warner Brothers like Gordon Gekko in Wall Street. Oh, oh, that's sadly kind of true. I wonder, was Wall Street a Warner Brothers film? Maybe he watched it a few too many times. always be closing. No, David Zaslav, it's always be closing sales, not always be closing Warner Brothers. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got for this fine evening. Thanks as always for stopping by to hang out. Hugely appreciated. You could have done anything, and you chose to hang out here with all of us. So thanks again. We'll catch you on Thursday. Hope everybody has a great week until then, and maybe even after then. So until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya.